Yo, hey guys, it's poppin', Jacques Slade here. Back with another unboxing, and today I have a first look for you guys. So the last couple of days I've been sitting on these. The good folks over at Jordan Brand sent them over, and I have the pleasure of being one of the first people to bring these to you. So this is Russell Westbrook's new signature sneaker. For most of you guys out there, you already know that he signed with Jordan Brand, and this is his new sneaker. It doesn't drop until January, but I'll get into that a little bit more later. Right now, let's break down the shoe. As you see, it's in the Russ box. All his stuff comes in the same style of box, whether it's his lifestyle stuff or his performance stuff. The shoe is officially called the Jordan Why Not Zer0.3, and they will be priced at $130. Now you know all of that information. Let's get into the shoe. Same here, same regular paper, Westbrook, and here are the shoes, and they look pretty wild. They're very much on brand with Westbrook. I actually played in these yesterday. We went to the Jordan Brand store here in downtown LA, and we got to give these a little bit of a wear test. I'll talk a little bit about that as well. But first, let's get into the shoes. As you can see, this is called the Zer0 Noise colorway, and it's all about Russ's wild style, which we all see whenever Russ plays. So for instance, they have all of these different patterns on the upper. You have the white, you have the plain, you have this like semi-reflective here. You have like this white noise sort of pattern here at the heel, and then you have it there again around the small toe area of your foot. Now tech-wise, that's where the shoe kind of separates itself. So it has zoom. They're calling it turbo zoom, but what it is it's the biggest zoom pad we've seen thus far inside of this shoe. Right here at the forefoot of the shoe, they have a big zoom bag there. I'm not exactly sure of the exact size. I'll find out for you guys, and I'll end up putting that stuff in the description. But there's a zoom bag right here, and it's actually articulated across the zoom bag to break it up. So generally when you see a zoom bag, it's just like one big zoom bag that kind of sits like that. With the way that Russ plays, with his movement, a lot of it is forward and back, and so they articulate it across here so that when he walks, or when he runs rather, it's going to articulate with him with his foot. So you see here, if you look really close on the outsole, you'll see that there are some lines here that I'm guessing match up with the lines in the zoom unit, which gives it that flex here at the toe that he's going to need when he's running and he's exploding forward. Other thing you'll see here is they have the shank plate here, and they have the decoupled outsole. Now this is not something that they often do with Jordan Brand performance shoes. From what I was told, Russ really liked the way that felt on the Jordan 28, which you guys know is the first signature shoe that Russell Westbrook actually represented for Jordan Brand before he got his own shoe. And so with that 28, they had the decoupled midsole as well, and it gives that lateral flex movement as well as that horizontal flex movement, so that your foot, the front of your foot and the rear of your foot have that freedom of movement. But then they add a shank plate here to add a little bit of more rigidity, so it's not just loosey-goosey, I would say, but that gives a little more rigidity there, but you also have that freedom of movement, which is really good. Now for the midsole here, it's very exaggerated with these lines. It's almost like teeth. I would say it's similar to the teeth that you see on the Air Jordan 5. If you remember at the forefoot of the Air Jordan 5, they have like those teeth here. And I think that's a little bit about what this represents here as well. And you see that that returns on the midsole. As far as branding goes, they give you some Zoom branding here to let you know that there's Zoom in the forefoot. And then we have the RW logo, which is the Russell Westbrook logo, right there on the midfoot as well. Now, keeping with the branding thing, with Russ's shoes, you know they've always done things a little bit different. It's not the way that you see other shoes. So, for instance, the tag on the shoe is at the bottom. It's here on the bottom of the shoe. So that's where you find out all your information about the shoe. The style code, the size, where, you know, made in Vietnam, the date and all that stuff is there at the bottom of the shoe. But where that usually is on the reverse of the tongue. But what they've done on the reverse of the tongue for these is they're showing Westbrook's family some love. So Westbrook wanted to show his family and represent his family. So he has his own family crest there on the inside of the tongue, and it represents people that are really important to Westbrook and his family. They're all on the reverse of the tongue. So just a nice little touch there to denote the family love and show how much he appreciates his family. Now, something you'll also notice about these is the layers. There's tons of layers on the shoe. So you see here they have like this textile upper and it's padded, and then they have like this mesh you can see through the inside, so you can kind of see through there on the mesh. But then they have this internal layer as well, which is also padded, but it's a mesh and it has these breathable holes in it. And I'm not sure if this is something that Westbrook wanted with his shoes, but all over this shoe you can see that there's holes to keep the shoe breathable so it doesn't get hot. There's holes here, there's holes underneath the mesh here at the toe. On the inside you can see that there's holes there. On the tongue there's mesh panels there for holes, so breathable, to make the whole shoe breathable. So even though it looks like it has a tons of layers all over the shoe, there are holes and mesh everywhere to make sure that the shoe is breathable and that your foot doesn't get super hot when it's inside of the shoe. Now, continuing on with the branding, we have the RW there at the toe on both of the shoes, and then we have a Velcro strap. Now, the Velcro strap it's come and it goes, and it's a lot of people use it, then some people don't use it. When I talked to the Jordan Brand folks yesterday, they were telling me that Russ wanted something here to make sure he got a lockdown here at the forefoot, but he didn't want something that was going to provide any distractions at the forefoot. So you'll see with the strap here that it's really wide across the lateral side of the foot. Part of it is for a look, but you also see that it takes a significant portion of the lateral side of the shoe there. And so when he pulls that over, it's gonna pull the entire shoe over to help keep him locked down, and then he can Velcro it in to keep it locked across his foot to keep him locked in, you know, depending on how tight he likes to use his shoes. And then you see that it's attached there. They've also included almost like the eyelets. They're not exactly attached to the stroller board. They're stitched in to the side panels here on both the lateral and the medial side. And what that does is it allows the top of the shoe to cross over onto your foot to help keep your foot locked down inside the shoe, which is something that they said Westbrook was really particular about. He wants to have that lockdown feel, but he doesn't want to have any distractions. And that distraction can come from a hot point with the Velcro or a hot point with the laces. I know some of you guys have worn shoes and you can feel like on the top of the bridge of your foot, you can feel the laces, or you can feel the Velcro kind of biting down onto your shoe. And from what I was told, the way this is designed is to prevent that exact thing from happening. And you can even see that on the inside here, I'll break it down over here. You can see that on the inside that all of the outlets seem to be on the outside, but they have one on the inside here as well. And it's again attached a little low on the shoe, and again, that's to pull up the entire shoe and not just this top part to pin it down. It gives it a little bit more durability, and it gives it a little more to attach to, so that it's not just pulling the top of the shoe down on your foot, but more of the side panels over onto your foot, which is something that you want, obviously, if you want that lockdown sensation and that lockdown feeling on your foot. Now, there are 3 colorways that are going to be revealed for this shoe. There is this colorway, there is a family colorway. This colorway is called Zer0 Noise. Then there's a family colorway, and then there's a 3rd colorway that'll be coming as well. I believe the first colorway drops on January 2nd, and then another one on January 9th, and then the other one is not gonna drop until February. Again, these are $130. I believe they're gonna be good both for indoor and outdoor. They have like a modified herringbone traction here on the outsole, which seems really nice. Again, I played in these last night. It was just a couple of runs, just played a couple of games, and you could feel the traction kind of biting down. The court at the Jumpman store isn't like a gym court. It's not like wood, it's outside, so it's made out of rubber, so it's a little slippery sometimes, but I didn't have any hesitation playing in these, and these felt great there. And then as far, oh, there's a couple more details, sorry. Almost ended the video, forgot to tell you. So here at the toe, you see it says Why Not, which is obviously the name of his shoes there on the toe. And then on his shoes, on the left shoe, he has this little tag here. It says Why Not, and it's gray. And these tags are actually going to change with each colorway of the shoe. The tag is basically, it's the, I guess, the way to identify which colorway of the shoe that is, and it'll be right there on the tag. And then on this one, it's just like the Russell Westbrook created to the exact specifications sort of thing. But his is, what does it say? Why Not Zer0, the third installment of Russell Westbrook's signature basketball sneakers featuring Zoom Turbo. Zoom Turbo, again, is a zoom bag inside of the forefoot. You definitely can feel it when you step down on it, again, from when I was playing in it last night. Then this is actually Cushlon as well, for those that are really into it. It's not exactly Cushlon, but a variant of Cushlon that's a little more stable, and that's a little more reliable. Cushlon kind of bottoms out sometimes, and so they reformulated a little bit for Westbrook's shoe to make it a little bit more durable, because he is such a bigger guy and he is so tough on his shoes. Anyway, so this is the first colorway. Again, it's called Zero Distractions. I believe it drops on January 9th. The family colorway, I believe, drops on January 2nd. These are 130 bucks. If I'm wrong on those dates, I'll put the right information down in the description so you'll know exactly when you can pick up these colorways. Let me know, what do you guys think of Westbrook's shoe, and will you be picking these up? Again, they're only 130 bucks. That's not a bad deal for a really solid pair of basketball shoes. Anyway, as always, guys, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe. And if you really like what you see here, why don't you go ahead and turn on those notifications. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.